Shauna Feth is the president and CEO of the Alberta Chambers of Commerce. We're grateful to have you here in studio about once a month as we shine the spotlight on Alberta business. It's nice to have you in studio. Thanks for making time for us.
Thanks for having me, Ron. For us, one of our big projects right now for the next 2 years is it's a partnership to really look at addressing how are we getting the long-term unemployed back into the workforce. So all of those sectors that tend to be underutilized, everything from, people on income supports to, additional, seniors or other abled individuals, everybody that really could have such a valuable contribution to our workforce in the province. We're doing a very concentrated effort to ensure that we can partner up those individuals with the businesses. And it's not even, we do a lot of work in this province around getting the individuals prepared to get into the workforce. What we're really looking at and really focusing on is how do we prepare businesses to accommodate for some of these individuals that may need some accommodation so that they can, really integrate into the workforce and provide valuable contributions. So we're really looking at legislation around some of the things we've talked about, like childcare facilities and different options for childcare facilities, because we know that's a huge challenge right now for anybody trying to get back into the workforce or into the workforce if they don't have space for their children. So that's just kind of three at a really high level that we'll be paying attention to as they go back in. The thing about small business that I think is really special is that these are the cornerstone businesses in our province. These are the businesses that are running our gas stations, running our grocery stores, the restaurants that we eat at. They, when we lose one, especially in rural Alberta, when we lose one of these cornerstone businesses, it has a huge impact. And so I think the beautiful thing about small businesses, they're so about giving back to their communities as well. And they have, the unique challenges they have is a lot of times, you're running 100% of the time in your business 24/7. We're working very hard all the time to run our businesses and ensure that value is generated back into the community by creating jobs and opportunities. We need to be paying attention to, at ACC is what's drowning these businesses. And it's everything from, we talked about talent, but affordability, cost of utilities. We've been hearing about businesses where their utility costs are lapsing their lease costs. It's just phenomenal in terms of we've never seen a climate like this before.
Never mind insurance.
We could go on and on about all the things that are impacting that bottom line. And so that's really at ACC, that's what we're paying attention to. And that's really, we do these benchmarking surveys. This one's on municipal red tape, but we benchmark a lot of different factors throughout the year in our province, just so that we can really have a line of sight on what's actually happening.
I was blown away at what creators in Alberta are doing right now, and they're really optimistic, starting to see investment coming. I mean, the writers' strike in the States is messing around a little bit with that, but they are seeing boldness, and they're seeing a lot of confidence in Alberta's film industry. Bigger picture as you zoom out, what encouraging signs are you seeing when it comes to economic development and what businesses are doing in Alberta right now?
Yeah, well, I think, just on that point, the filmmaking, one of the sessions actually last week was the Mountain View Film Company. So, productions like Winona Earp that, have these Earpers that come into our communities. They Earp around and they take pictures. That's happening in Southern Alberta all the time, which is really exciting. First rural kind of organization, first of its kind in rural Alberta, which is really exciting.
So good to see.
But those are the types of things that have all the spin-off effects that, those tourists are the ones that are, eating in our restaurants, buying our gasoline and really supporting our economy. So that's really exciting for Alberta. So when you talk about the film industry in Alberta, I think that's one that's really emerging right now and is really exciting to keep an eye on.
And Alberta's really appealing because you look at our housing prices compared to, say, Vancouver and Toronto, and it's still really affordable, relatively speaking. But that doesn't mean it's affordable for everybody. And in some communities, they're just plainly put, aren't housing options. Like they just don't have available housing. What role can, let's say, like the Alberta Chambers of Commerce play in that? Talk to us a bit about your advocacy and how your organization does its job to benefit Alberta businesses.
Yeah, and so, not particular to even specifically housing, but all of these affordability issues. We have a very robust policy book that we advocate on behalf, and it contains everything from, what you're just talking about, like everything from interties to childcare and all of those things that impact business. And, some of the policies may feel like they are somewhat social policies, but in reality, if you can't get a doctor into your community and you can't provide health care, it's really hard to attract people to come into that community. And so that's really at a high level where our policy book is just how are we making business in Alberta really accessible, affordable, and how are we getting the supports and resources to them that they need.